Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Welcome back to the second half of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Financial right here on your hometown station, AM 1220K, every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. But in case you miss us at times, we have all these shows recorded for you, video and audio, and it's easy. Just go to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com.
Hey, you also said the V word, videos. Speaking of videos, one of the most entertaining things we do is every single day we perform for you. We put a video together to make
that's
sure.
Right.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
To make sure you're in the know what's happening with the real estate market. Okay, good, bad, or indifferent. We always like to say that we like to debunk the myths of the real estate market and tell you how it really is, because the media has spins to it, and we really. Nuh-uh.
Especially right now.
Oh, my God. With the elections coming up, I mean, there's definite political affiliations when you're reading a newspaper or watching a particular news channel or any of that. And we have no political affiliations. We just read the reports and tell you what they mean to you. And so you can check that out by going to National Real Estate Cafe, NREcafe.com. You can get them delivered daily to your phone. Or you could actually just check out the website. The website's got all the videos. What, over 400 and some odd videos now, Don?
That's a lot of videos.
And what we do every day is talk about interest rates, real estate market reports, how it is nationwide. This is a nationwide show, not just a Santa Clarita show.
Right.
And, sometimes it's impactful to see
we
what's
like
going on.
messing with the media, too.
We
messing
do.
with the media, not messing with Sasquatch.
What you've got is like, for example, right now, things that are happening in Washington and Oregon are giving us tips of what might be happening here in California pretty soon. So
can you imagine?
I'm hoping it's rain.
Yes.
We
need their rain, but we don't need do you realize up north that they're paying upwards? A standard appraisal here is somewhere around, let's just say $500.
Mm-hmm.
Up there, because there's a shortage of appraisers, the market's so hot that they have to pay up to $5,500.
Yeah, like on the low side of the scale is $1,000.
Highway robbery.
Yeah. So we're seeing that there's the potential for mass exodus of appraisers here to go work in the Northwest.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because they can they got to get licensed, and they got to do some stuff to do that. They got to be ready to retire and say, I'm out of here.
Yeah, buy umbrellas.
yeah, get a 4x4, all that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
But the reality is that other states do affect what's happening here, and Don and I are ahead of the curve by looking at our crystal ball and trying to figure out how that's going to affect us.
Yeah, so again, nrecafe.com, or you can get them actually sent to your phone. Little blurbs every day by texting NREC to the number 58885. NREC to the number 58885. That's 5 3 8s and a 5. You get them sent right to your phone. You'll be in the know. All right. We have the man that's always make sure we're in the know when it comes to college planning. And today's topic was the UC system, the realities of it. And we've been going into certain realities and sections of it. But, Rob, Gino, you actually had a great tee up during the break.
We were talking during the break, as we usually do, and I said, okay, so we talked about the UC system. It may not be right for you. I can't believe that the depressing fact that with a 3.9 and a great SAT score, I might not get into any of them, or maybe not the one I want for sure. And so what else does it take? If you're hell-bent, you want to go UC, you think it's the right school for you, you want to be in one of the top 4 or 5 UC schools, so you have the grades, you have the scores, now what?
Gino, you make it so easy. Okay, so
he really wants to know.
Oh, I'm sure he does. When it comes to the UC system, I believe there are 5 key factors. You've mentioned 2, GPA and test scores, which I consider the second and third most important values. So that leaves 1, 4, and 5.
God, I hope you don't say essays. I sucked at essays.
I got bad news.
Essay.
Hey, essay.
So number 1 would actually be your curriculum, meaning what did you take in high school? How much challenge was there in your academic work?
Auto.
Class. Jeez, you guys, unbelievable.
Sewing.
Yeah, typing.
Because there's a lot of girls in that
helping.
class.
Yeah. Home ec. You guys, you're a couple of home ecers, I can see.
Yeah.
So, the idea of, hey, I want to go to a UC school and I want to study engineering. First question I'm going to ask is, did you push yourself academically in those fields? Did you take an engineering class if it was offered at your school? Did you take AP calculus? Because I know this is going to come as a shock, but you're going to be taking calculus till your eyeballs fall out of your head in college. And if you have no evidence of having that ability, you make it very easy to get bumped out of line. Did you take AP physics and do really well? If you don't have those things, I assure you the majority of the population at the top UC schools do. So are you challenging yourself academically? Now, this is not to say take AP everything. Take AP lunch. You know, eat 12,000 calories in 30 minutes and hold it down to get the A.
I did that.
All right. All right, Gino. You're a special guy. And
I got a 5.
you aced the test.
Yeah.
So, this doesn't mean take 6 AP classes. It means in the areas you are most interested in learning, take the AP classes in those fields. If you're saying, I want to study engineering, but your only AP work is in U.S. history, not so good. So try to, as well as possible, align your AP interests with who you're hoping to be 5 or 10 years down the road. 4 would be your friend, the essay. In the case of the UC system, there was another radical change to the way their system works beginning this year. We now refer to these personal statements as the personal insight questions. That's not my choice. That's the University of California. The major change is what used to be you had 2 essay prompts, and you had to write on both of them, and you received 1,000 words total to write both essays. Now you get 350 words per essay, and you have to write 4 essays out of a choice of 8 essay prompts. Now, just so your readers have an idea of what they are, I brought them with me. And if you guys are okay, I'll just kind of read off what those prompts are.
For sure.
Yeah, and we'll post this. Jen, can we make sure we put this on our site? Mm-hmm. All right.
This is great stuff.
Yeah, so Jen, our producer of everything, marketing with us, that's for sure.
So again, you have 8 options to choose from. You have to choose 4, and each one is 350 words. So it's get to the point, answer the question, be succinct, but also make sure you're talking about 4 distinct ideas about yourself. If you're repeating the same sort of ideas, we're getting the idea pretty quickly that you're a one-track person. That's not good for the UC system. So your options are: describe an example of your leadership experience in which you have positively influenced others, helped resolve disputes, or contributed to group efforts over time. Number 2, every person has a creative side, and it can be expressed in many ways: problem solving, original and innovative thinking, and artistically, to name a few. Describe how you express your creative side. Third, what would you say is your greatest talent or skill? How have you developed and demonstrated that talent over time? Now again, as you're hearing each one of these questions come up, if there's 2 or 3 questions posted, you need to make sure you're addressing each and every one of them. Don't leave anything unturned.
That's a good tip.
Number 4, describe how you have taken advantage of a significant educational opportunity or worked to overcome an educational barrier you have faced. If you're going to answer this question, make sure it's a relevant and serious barrier that you accomplished, you overcame. I had someone write an essay this year that talked about the toughest time in their life was a transition from elementary school to middle school. And it was not a terribly tumultuous time when I read it. And you're going to read essays as a UC reader that talk about parents getting shot and killed, losing limbs, cancer, family members dying. I mean, serious, serious stuff. If you don't have a serious hindrance, this isn't the question for you. Number 5, describe the most significant challenge you have faced and the steps you have taken to overcome this challenge. How has this challenge affected your academic achievement? 6, describe your favorite academic subject and explain how it has influenced you. Easily the most straightforward question of the bunch. Number 7, what have you done to make your school or your community a better place? This is going to tie into a lot of your extracurricular work,
Community
which
work,
is going to be number 5 on the list. Lastly, the 8th and final option is, what is the one thing you think sets you apart from other candidates applying to the University of California?
I would imagine it's probably one of the most important ones.
I would say it's probably the biggest trap question.
No, it's
Yeah.
wide open.
You've got 500,000 students applying to the University of California. What makes you special or different compared to the other 500,000 geniuses applying?
Well, Gino's special.
That's undoubtedly true.
Yeah.
All right, great stuff. If you just tune in, you're here with the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. And Rob Schwartz with Premier College Guidance was sharing the new essay questions that you probably didn't even know changed. It used to be 2 and you write all about it. Now there's 8. You have to choose 4, and Rob just went through all 8, and they're pretty interesting questions. And what's nice is that you help prepare, I guess, your students when you counsel them on how to properly, choose the right questions and how to answer them in a timely manner, so they're not trying to last minute try to throw together an essay that's going to be a barrier from them getting into the college of their dreams.
Yeah, if my students haven't started writing essays, I'm ready to throw books at them. This is a process that should have started months ago, to be perfectly honest
Right.
with you. But I can also tell you I read and edit every single draft of every single essay my kids send to me. So it's not just, grammar, syntax, and word choice, but thematically, are you answering the prompt? Are you giving a positive connotation to who you are? Are you addressing yourself? Because you, in fact, are the person being evaluated, not mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, which many times we get these amazing stories about, how their grandparents came over, and checked into Liberty Island, and they were these amazing people, and we learned so much about them. And you get done reading, and you go, wow, if I could admit your grandmother, I would.
Yeah, that's interesting too, is as you bring this up, one of the most important things to do is to make sure that also, I'm sure ego comes into play too in some of these questions. I'm thinking some of these questions, I'm like, wow, I would answer that very arrogantly, and that would probably not be a good thing.
All right, not a good thing to go over our time limit, so we have one more segment coming up. You don't want to miss it. You can tell we got all this great information. Rob Schwartz with Premier College Guidance. We'll be right back.